Hey YouTube, welcome back to Homestead in a Box. My name is Leah and I'm super thankful to have you here today. In today's video, I'm actually going to be correcting an oops that I did. I planted all of my strawberries in the Greenstalk and I did a YouTube video over it. However, today I'm taking all of my strawberries out of that Greenstalk and I'm going to be replanting them in a container style garden. And I want to show you just how easy it is to actually plant in a container. So I've taken a 55-gallon drum and my husband tree cut it in half, and I'm going to be drilling holes in it and filling it with dirt and just showing you how easy it actually is to grow some food. I'm going to be using strawberries as an example. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to be planting beans or spinach between the strawberries, so I figure I'll decide that once we get over here and get the project started. So come with me and let's go. All right, the strawberries here in this Greenstalk are the ones I'm going to be replanting. They're just really packed in there super tight and I feel bad for them. And I was reading a little bit about strawberries and they need to be able to shoot off runners in order for you to get a pretty decent harvest off of them. So I'm going to be taking them out of this. This is the finished product of what it looks like. However, I wanted to show you guys the exact steps of what to do. That way you realize really just how simple it is. So I have one over here that, like I said, my husband tree, he cut the barrel in half. I washed it out, and now I'm going to drill holes in it and fill it with dirt. See? Just that easy. So now let's fill it with dirt. Alright, so you can see in here why I want to move these strawberries out. You can see where they're trying to grow more and there's just not any room for it. Alright, so my soil is already moistened here, so there's no need to moisten it. I'm just using my hori here to get the strawberries out of the Greenstalk. And strawberries like to be spaced about 8 to 12 inches apart. Spacing with any plant, it's always kind of a trial and error, because spacing, if you have enough nutrients in your soil for your plants, yes, they need so many inches to feet apart, but a lot of the reasoning for that is so they're not competing for nutrients. If you feed your soil, then your plants won't be competing for nutrients. If you've been following our channel at all, you know that we have rabbits and I make rabbit compost tea. I'll put a link in the description to the YouTube video over that. You see the roots on these. And so I plan on putting these strawberries on the schedule like I have everything else, which is an every 2-week feeding schedule. I'm also going to be putting green beans between these. It's a bush variety of beans right here, and I'm just going to be spacing them in between them. Some people may be, like I said, concerned about the strawberries and the beans getting the correct amount of nutrients, but again, we feed them with rabbit compost tea. So I'm going to finish filling these beds up with strawberries and then come back and plant some green beans in them. Alright, so now that the strawberries are planted, I'm going to go back in with these Blue Lake bush beans and just plant them between the strawberries. Beans, that you need to plant them around about 4 inches apart. I don't want to plant them too close to the strawberries because I don't want the root systems to suffocate one another out. However, I am going to plant several of these. I was reading how many plants you should plant per person in your household. And beans is like 10 plants. So I'm going to plant 20 plants of green beans. And so I figure I'll plant some in these. And I'm a first timer at doing this. So I hope it works. I'm just planting a bean plant or two, probably put 2 an inch deep between each of these. If you're new here, I'll be totally transparent. This is the first garden I've ever done and followed completely through. I've either had to move or we went back out on the road or something like that. So, but I've read a lot of books and I've done a lot of research, and I have read that beans are good. It is something good to plant with strawberries. So that's why I'm planting these beans with strawberries. I'm going to finish getting these planted. Who doesn't need a baby bunny update? They're so big. Yes, I still have tomato plants left. I have someone coming to pick some up, and then honestly I'm going to be planting the rest of these tomato plants because I will be selling some at a farmer's market. Anything left over that we have from our own use, I will be selling. And they are completely hardened off. We've had them out here all week. We've had storms come in last night, so my husband Tree, he just came out and sat them in this garden bed, and these will be going in the ground like this week. We're going to set up some cattle panel trellises and plant some tomatoes. Alright, if you followed our YouTube channel, you know a few weeks ago I came and fed these potatoes our rabbit compost tea. And look at how much these potatoes have grown. This plant right here has grown just since Saturday, because Saturday you could see the butterfly and today you cannot see the butterfly. So the potatoes are definitely looking great. If you come down here, I did a little workout here the other day. I'm going to be adding more things in bags to grow. The onions are looking awesome. You can definitely see where a chicken got that onion. We have locked the chickens up for the season, which makes me kind of sad. Obviously, I need to come thin my carrots again because, oh my gosh, they have grown so much since feeding them. If you have anybody that has rabbits around you, definitely ask them for some rabbit manure. The peas are all looking great. We have some here that are starting to grab a hold of the trellis, which is wonderful. These down here are looking good. All the varieties in these bags that don't have trellis, these are bush variety peas. I added a whole nother row here, and I'm going to be planting green beans in these sacks here. And honestly, learned something new. A lot of the green bean varieties are bush varieties. They're not trellis varieties. So I was kind of spazzing about how I was going to trellis my green beans, but I'm not going to. I think I'm going to do something a lot like what I did here with the peas, just so they have support. Don't think I need to water the garden anytime soon. We got that many inches of rain last night. That's crazy. Alright friends, that is it for today's video. If you have not went out and purchased some strawberries, go grab you some strawberries, get them in the ground so you can just go out and pick strawberries whenever you want them. Next year, I am going to attempt to purchase my strawberries a little differently than what I did this year. This year, I purchased them locally from a little nursery place. Next year, I believe I'm just going to buy the strawberry roots themselves and try to plant them that way versus already plants that have already grown and already starting to produce. Cross your fingers that the green beans work in with the strawberries for me. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching this video. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button, notification bell. I have 99 subscribers. 100 would be pretty awesome, honestly. Click the notification bell so you get notified every week when I release new content. I'm sending you guys good vibes as always. Send them to somebody that you know, and I will see you later in the week where we're talking about why we don't raise meat birds anymore, why we don't raise Cornish cross meat birds anymore.